Oh, there's that.
Five, four, three, two, one.
There we go. Hello, mother.
Hello, folks. Hope we're all well
Greetings.
on this Thursday night. Yeah, it's still light out there, but not light enough to
Well,
have the lights not on.
it'll be half an hour before the street light comes on outside.
Yeah, but a little bit further north.
Yeah, north and west. So what I was going to say about what to put under your mic. You know, there's that crafts and hobbies shop in town.
Yeah.
Go down to them, and you're looking for that sort of sponge-like material
Right.
that you would use in cushions. You can cut it down to size. Evening, Zeb. Evening, Pulsar.
Good evening, everyone. Here we go again. Well, as he starts, lots gone off. I'll tell you all about Al Murray later. But this week it's been a lot of views, and I think it's down to a couple of shorts by AC/DC.
Oh, right.
Because we've had 8,808 people watch the channel, which is bonkers, really. 14 new subscribers.
Now. Ah! Right. It does. It works.
Oh, you do? I know that's you.
Yeah.
Trying.
Yes. We are now broadcasting on Twitch as well.
Yes, there we go. Yeah, so what have you been watching? So, number 3, Wishbone Ash Art Live. It's amazing. You put anything Wishbone Ash up and people watch it.
Yep.
117 people. And also, you do anything on one of the great American Canadian singers like we did with Joni Mitchell, people watch it. 126. But having a bit of a reprieve, and that's the Bad Genesis songs. 93.
I looked at the comments. A lot of people are agreeing with you.
I know.
Mm.
I know.
You're not getting backlash.
I know. Top short last week was LP2 AC/DC Black Ice at 1,223, and I think LP1's at about 1,092.
Yep.
Yeah. So thank you for watching that one. So in the last 28 days, 30,855 people. They don't get them crowds at the cobblers.
Well, I suppose you could blame George Best for that. You've never been the same since that night.
Yes. 19 new subscribers. So, again, retro ranking Genesis 1 from 15, 764, followed by the Bad Genesis 655. But they do follow each other. If anyone watches to the end, you get another video to watching it, and I put Bad Genesis on it, so it does work.
Yeah.
Leeds Record Fair, 437 people watch that, which is good. And the top short again is the Black Ice LP2. Good stuff.
I reckon the Leeds Record Fair is they're want to see Nick's fancy woman.
Yeah, but they didn't see her this time. Anyway, since we started, 657,355 persons watched the channel, and 2,662 people are now subscribed to the channel.
Welcome, one and all.
Yes. So where have you been watching, and what's that top 5 looking at? Well, Mike Oldfield is now 4478, but Derek has pulled out a little bit. He's now at 4515, but he's a little way behind Jethro Tull on 4534.
It's not too far.
Not too far. Slade 5318. And again, another 100 odd people watch Status Quo. It is now at 10,605.
Just keeps going.
Yes. Paul Diano's still miles out, 4473. So what I've been completed and work in progress. The Outlaws are done. Primal Scream are done. The Levelers are done. And Crossfire are all done. I've still got one Roxy Music. So we've got some new work in progress.
And there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. Well, there's 4, but there's a lot of albums between them. I've already listened to one of the Hollies.
Oh, right. Go and adjust that.
Yes. Dwight Yorkham, I haven't listened to anything yet, of 17. Kayak, North of 17, and Rick James. And these are all your requests. None of mine, none of Dave's, they're all yours.
What is? You keep going. There's something going wrong at my end.
Yes. Now, if I can remember, Simon asked for the Hollies. Dwight Yorkham was Father Stack, and I can't remember it. Zeb asked for Kayak. I do know that.
Let's see. Simon asked for the Hollies. Zeb asked for Kayak. Aaron Urena Meya asked for Rick James, and as you say, Father Stack asked for Dwight Yorkham.
Yes, so we got some. So you know what's maybe coming on the marathons probably in June.
May, June.
Yes, these are the ones those big ones are all the ones that we do for marathons. So. Yeah, that's what I've been listening to, and I've listened to other stuff as well. This week it's been Alison Krauss and the Darkness. So view tomorrow. So that's that.
That's right. That's right. Well, no, let's do it correctly. Alison Krauss and Union Station. Plus, you've also been listening to The Darkness. rather than Alison Krauss and The Darkness. That would be a combo and a half.
Oh, that'd be excellent. Anyway, I'm going to say it's now time for Hatties, Matchings, and Dispatches, because guess who's headed to the door? He's hovering. Look.
Oh, right. Okay.
That black blob there. And when it sits like that, that means
come quick.
Yes.
Slave, do my bidding.
Yes, right. So it is now Hatties, Matchings.
Off you go. Right. Dispatches. We've only got 4 this week. Well, 4 plus 1. So, notably, on the 29th, Richard Chamberlain, best known as Dr. Kildare, American actor, but he was also a pop singer. He released 7 albums. Also on the 29th, Dick Damron. He was a Canadian country singer-songwriter. So farewell to both of those. 1st of April, and no, it wasn't a fool. George Freeman, American jazz guitarist, and Johnny Tillotson, American singer-songwriter. Now, Johnny, he had his greatest success in the early 60s. He scored 9 top 10 hits on the pop, country, and adult contemporary Billboard charts, including a famous song, Poetry in Motion, which I didn't realise that it was his song. So farewell to them, and also farewell to Val Kilmer, also on the 1st of April. American actor. The reason we've included him is because he portrayed and sang as Jim Morrison in the film The Doors, and he also portrayed Elvis, or the shade of Elvis, in a movie True Romance. Hatches, the birthdays. We've got 9 today. So the youngest, coming in at 26 years young, is Sam Kishka, American bass player with the band Greta Van Fleet.
Yay.
40 today is Leona Louise Lewis, OBE, British singer, songwriter, actress, model, and activist. And then we jump to 63. Happy birthday to Simon Raymond, British bassist, songwriter, and record producer, best known for being in the Cocteau Twins.
And I got that right.
You did.
Right.
And 65, you didn't get this one right until I told you who he was working with. Arjen Anthony Lucassen, the Dutch prog rock singer, songwriter, and musician, best known for his project Arion. 73 today, Dave Bronze. And Iain got this one as well. British session and touring bass player. He's played with Eric Clapton, Tom Jones, Robin Trower, but he also played with Procol Harum. 76 today is Richard Thompson, OBE, English singer, songwriter, guitarist, co-founder, lead guitarist and songwriter for the folk rock group Fairport Convention. 81 today is Michael Anthony Orlando Casavetes. He's known professionally as Tony Orlando, the American pop rock singer, songwriter, music exec.
Yes, I started singing.
It was dreadful. You don't want to hear that again.
No, I'm not doing
His
it.
career spans nearly 7 decades. And of course, he's best known for being part of Tony Orlando and Dawn. 83 today. Now, he's not pop, he's not rock, but he's known as Mr. Las Vegas, and that's Carson Wayne Newton. And I'm sure our American listeners, viewers will know the name, especially if you've been to Las Vegas. American singer and actor. He's one of the most popular singers in the US from the mid to the late 20th century. And he remains one of the best known entertainers in Las Vegas. And he has performed there since 1963. There's 62 years performing in Vegas. It's not a bad gig if you can get it. Grandad today, and by God, this boy has a track record. At 87, he was born Joel Adelberg. He's better known as Jeff Barry, American pop music songwriter, singer, and record producer. Now, amongst the stuff that he has co-written in his career, he wrote with Ben Raleigh a #1 hit in the UK singles chart when it was recorded by Ricky Valance in 1960, and that's Tell Laura I Love Her. In partnership with his wife and Phil Spector, he co-wrote Do Wah Diddy Diddy, Dadu Ron Ron, Then He Kissed Me, Be My Baby, Chapel of Love, and River Deep Mountain High. With his wife, Ellie Greenwich, and another writer, Shadow Morton, he co-wrote Leader of the Pack. He also co-wrote with Andy Kim, Sugar Sugar, and with Tom Scott, Without Us, and with Peter Allen, I Honestly Love You. The man has one hell of a track record. So those are our hatches. Sorry. You were saying?
Yeah, it's just this phenomenal bunch of work, isn't it? It's just.
It is. It is. His catalogue is astounding.
And he knew how to write a hit.
He did. By God, he did. Anyway, matches. Just the 2 today. In 1951, American actress and singer Doris Day married American film and TV producer Martin Melcher, and they remained married until his death in 1968. And coincidentally, It's a heavenly birthday for Doris Day today. An awful long time ago.
1922, I think, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
We're talking 103 years ago. Doris Day came into the world. Anyway, the other marriage in 2012, Paramore guitar player Josh Farrow married Jenna Royce in Tennessee. Now, whenever he got married, he was part of the band, except the band were going on tour to, I think it was South America. They all went off. His brothers, part of the band, off they went. And he stayed behind and got married. It wasn't too long after that he started his solo career. I wonder why. Speculation runs bad. Anyway, our talking point tonight, those records that have been sat on your shelves for God only knows how long. You haven't got out the vacuum cleaner because you don't put it near your records, but you might want to because these ones are collecting dust. So that's our theme, dust collectors. Stuff you haven't. Good evening, Mick.
Yes. The stuff we haven't put on for ages.
Oh, have I got an echo?
I can't hear an echo.
I can hear an echo from you.
That's my seat creaking. Like me bones.
No. Anyway, that's all that. Right. Shall we have a look at what you're doing next week?
Yeah. We'll have a look, see what we're doing next week.
There you go. Full screen. Off you go.
So this is what's happening next week, and it is right because I have checked it this week. So Monday, we're going to do some more Elvis Presley. We're going to look out when he came out the army and his 60s albums. Not his soundtracks, that's another one, but his other albums from the 1960s. And we've got a really good perfect side. I think Pulsar asked for this one. Supertramp's Crime of the Century. Oof. Difficult. Tuesday, bit of a punky type day. We're going to start off with a album ranking that Mike has really championed this band on the channel and on his channel, The Lovely Eggs, which is an excellent band. And I thought, what can we do for a retro? Let's have one of the classic punky bands. Bit of Sham 69. Can't go wrong. Wasn't it young? I can't remember then. So that's what's happening on Tuesday. Wednesday, we got a birthday, another of Scott's. Hugh Scott's.
Sorry, Pulsar's right. It wasn't him. It was Mick.
It was Mick. Well, I can't remember.
Because Mick's got two of them.
Yes, so we got Scott, I think is Hugh's cousin, brother. I'm not quite sure. And then we've got a viewer's request. Someone has asked for Ramones. So we'll be looking at the Ramones. Now, next Wednesday, a little bit different. Because we'll be waiting for the result of the second semi-final. There won't be anything. So I thought I would do. Remember a couple of Christmases ago, I did my top 30 bands, my top 100 bands. So I thought I would take my top 30 and actually do a tier ranking of their bottom albums. Let's see which one is really the worst one.
Oh.
So in that little picture, that's all the albums. So if you can see what you can see on your screens, they're the albums we'll be looking at.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I recognise at least one.
Yes,
down
there
at the
it is. Yes, some rather suspect ones there, and then Pick and Mix is painted by numbers, and I'll be doing the Beach Boys studio albums. It should be very interesting. Have a crack, yeah. Of course, it's going to be on there.
Yeah, no, I like Dave's little one-liner, setting a good example.
Yes. So that's all happening on Thursday. Friday, a triple day. We're going to do a little bit of live Velvet Underground. And we got 2 new albums. We got the new album from the Waterboys, Life, Death, and Dennis Hopper. Apparently, it's a concept album. Looking forward to listening to that.
I like that phrase, apparently.
Apparently, yes. And it's an album that came out last week, but it's fitting it all in. But I've been listening to it, and we're going to be doing the new album from IQ Dominion. And I can tell you now, it is great. But you will find that out. Yes, Velvet Underground as well. Good dude. And then next Saturday. Now, after Battle Royale's finished, we're going back to the sophomore drone. So I thought we'd do something on sophomore albums, and Richard and I will be going through our top 10 sophomore albums. Just because they're in the back of there doesn't mean that they're in the list. I just put up
there's every chance that one of them is definitely on the list.
I would say there is a damn good chance.
Yes.
One of them will be in the, well, I'm sure it'll be on both our lists, to be quite honest. So so that's what's happening. Where are we? Yeah, we go. So that's what's happening. So let's do that because I don't know. I know I did send the email, but some good stuff coming up. Oh, as always good stuff up. So I think we'll now do. Can we do the semi-final result from last week?
Righty-ho. So I need to go.
Yes. The first semi-final. The all-new order. Bizarre Love Triangle against Blue Monday.
Oh, hang on. Before I do that, I need to make sure that it's not showing that. Okay, yes. I'm going to share this tab here. Right.
This should be interesting.
Yes. So as you can see, here's our new dashboard. New order. 18 responses. It is now stopped, and the results are. Let me show you the numbers. It's 12-6 to Bizarre Love Triangle.
So that's our first finalist.
Yes. Now, we always say, yeah, by all means, go and, before we used to say, go and try and vote twice. And fortunately, one time, somebody realized, hang on, I can vote twice. There was a glitch in the software and it got fixed. But then in the last couple of weeks, or the last couple of quarterfinals, somebody's been gaming the system. So we decided to move away and we try a different poll site. So as you can see here, 18 votes from 18 voters in 14 days. If I show you this, the voters, this column here, votes. Somebody in Newport tried to vote 4 times. Somebody in London twice, somebody else in London. Maidenhead, another one in Newport. Maidenhead again, London, and then we've all got single votes. Now, counting all these up, we saw what the results were. 6 to Blue Monday, 12 to Bizarre Love Triangle. That's 18. This lot add up to 26. So this site has actually blocked or discarded or discounted 8 votes. And counting up these extra votes, it works out 8. So whoever you are in Newport and Maidenhead and London who are voting more than once, it doesn't work. Hooray, I'm glad to say. At the moment, in the Who, it's substitute, have 6, and won't get fooled, have 2. And look what this, oh goodness me, somebody already is trying to vote 3 times, and somebody else is voting twice. The rest are all single votes. What's the point? Why do you try and do it? It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of my time and Ian's time. And to be brutally honest, because of the people gaming the system, Ian and I have had a chat, and this is going to be the last competition. We're not going to do it again because we can't trust you.
I know it's a shame for those of you that have done this in the spirit of a competition, but people like to cheat.
Yeah. So
blame the people. If you want to blame anyone, blame the people that have tried to rig the competition.
I voted for Harry Truman.
Oh, Harry!
Romuald, good afternoon.
Yes. It is sad, Seb. It is very sad.
It is. It is. And the fact that the site allows you to go and ping and try to vote, it's automatically discounting excess votes. I like it. So yeah, go ahead, ping away. It's not going to count.
Yeah, it won't alter the results. So ping away.
Yeah.
Or just go and do something else a bit more.
Yes. What was that TV? What was that TV program? Do you remember?
Just switch off your TV set and go and do something else instead.
Yes, exactly.
I can't believe I remembered that.
Anyway,
so, last Saturday, as you know, I went to see Murray.
You went to see the pub landlord.
I did.
Good night.
It was. We was a bit worried because, we said we was in a box.
Mm-hmm.
We was in right-hand side box, lower tier, near the stage.
Where were you at? Durngate?
Durngate, yeah, right-hand side.
Oh,
know what we sat in?
Yeah.
But we was on this time we was on the middle row. So but if it was on the front row,
you would have been blocked.
Oh no, I think because he picked on someone in our box.
Oh,
very funny. Yeah. The best thing of the night, though, there was a member of the staff there, a proper job's worth.
Oh, no. Right, go on.
People on the front thing, when you go to, if you haven't been to Al Murray, if you're on the front row, the best thing to do is buy one of these waterproof things because you are going to get wet.
The old Pack-a-Mac.
Yeah. And what people were doing, they were buying their drinks and they were putting them on the stage. And she kept telling them to take them down. And every time she moved away,
they went back up again.
Yeah, everyone was going, and when she came out again, we was going, oh, God. And she even had to go at the guys on our balcony beat. You know that there's a ledge?
Mm-hmm.
Don't put your drinks there because they might fall off.
Health and safety gone mad.
And then they come out before, and they come out with banners telling do not film and that. Yeah.
What did Al Murray say?
Well, there was a reason because at the beginning of the second half, you could take pictures. He stood there and he even took pictures of us. And I went and looked on his Instagram, and there we are, pictures from Durngate.
Oh, right.
Yeah. It was fantastic. There's his style of comedy. He must have looked at a sort of a script because it needs to flow. But he's asking people their names, what jobs they do,
Yeah.
and he was coming up with answers. And you know what
Yeah.
Almer is like. Takes a Mickey, pouring beer, throwing it everywhere, and he was very funny. But he did do his history about he was doing a thing about war and that, and he did a summarize of the Second World War in about 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we
Yeah.
know Almer he loves his war history, so everything he was saying was correct, but it was at the speed he was doing it.
Oh, this is it. I mean, he's an improv comedian, so he responds to people. But as you say, he has a script, and it's more of a guideline script.
Yeah,
Like you have whenever you're doing one of your reviews, you have your little notes.
yeah.
That's what he's got.
He must do. I mean, it's he'll come up with a joke about someone's job. There was a guy there. He says, I'm an interior designer for airplanes," and he's not. He says, "You design the ashtrays."
Let's see. Rommel voted for less snow next winter. Oh, Dave! They went to see the Doors. They were playing at Home Depot. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening. Yes. So it was a fun night.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, we had it was a good tale. So
I've never got to see. I've seen one of his shows on TV. You'll occasionally there's a thing on BBC Two. I think is it a Friday night or a Saturday night?
Yeah.
It's not the Comedy Store, but it's one of the theatres in London. It's stand-up comedians. I've seen one of his shows on there. He's very good.
Yeah, he is. He's. If you get offended easily, don't go and see him.
No,
he's the opposite. He doesn't do woke. He doesn't do all that nonsense, as he calls it.
Yeah, he reminds me in a way of Billy Connolly.
But yeah, he was so funny.
Yeah, I mean, what I loved about Billy Connolly was he'd go to the show and he'd start off, and in a similar vein, he's got a basic script, and he'll start off and he'll start telling you a story, and then he'll digress onto another story, and that will digress onto a third, and then to a fourth, and then to a fifth, maybe to a sixth, and then he'll go back. He will. No, no, response.
Yeah, good evening, Richie. Anyway,
Yeah.
no, yes. Oh, apparently someone told me to. Oh, I know Dave. So none of you guys saw it. That my videos are too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a rain check on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got into another row with someone about Whitesnake.
I love these ones that come up, rant and rave about. I mean, we had one Elvis, and how can Elvis be obscure? Well, actually, I went and I asked a couple of younger people that I know, have you heard of Elvis Presley? And one of them said, yes, my dad likes his music. The other one said, no, never heard of him. So to some people, while the artist may not be obscure to you, they're obscure for somebody else. That's why it's ranking the obscure. It's obscure for somebody. Nick has sorted pub landlord. Oh, that's right. Yes, there was. Well remembered, Terry. Nick sorted some records for tonight. Oh, what a classic meal. Fish finger sandwiches. Oh.
Okay, I tried to send you the message on the phone and it wouldn't the link, Nick. So when you're ready, just say I'm ready and I'll put the link up for you. It just wouldn't send this time for some reason, but there you go. Yeah, this white snake. Something about how the 1987 White Snake, if you want to call it, is their best album, and I just put it's a good album, but give me Love Hunter any day of the week, And this bloke, he gave me so much abuse.
What does he say? I mean, as you.
It wasn't. It was quite it wasn't about White Snake. It was aimed at me, and.
There he is.
And I just thought, hi, Mike. I said, in America, you'd never heard of White Snake until this album. I said, but White Snake have been going since 1978. So a lot of people in this country, here in the UK, have known them for years, and we don't think that. And then I says, the trouble is, in 1978, you were still listening to disco, while we were listening to punk. I'm a bit tongue in cheek.
Mm-hmm.
He said he said, we did have Dead Nugent. I bet you don't even know who he is. I went, no, know who he is. I've seen him live. And then that ended that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Mike, have a good week.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Weather's looking up at last, isn't it?
Right. I've got the book all right. I've been looking at it today.
Oh, yeah. Yes, so, yeah.
Yeah, the ones you picked, they're all very in an area, aren't they? Just about,
yeah. But anyway, we won't give the game away, but should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy the weather while you can. The forecast is absolute hell on Sunday.
Yeah. I was just watching a video from Brian, Embryonic Robot, and he went to a record store, and he said that the temperature there went down to about -3 or something like that, and there was snow in Montreal. And is it Montreal or is it Toronto? Is it? Anyway, wherever he is, I can't remember now. But and then the next day it was 17.
They have weather like us, don't they?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Thoroughly enjoyed the Stiff Records video. That was a lot of fun.
It was good fun, wasn't it? Yeah. I enjoyed it as well.
Romy confirms winter is back in Canada.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, when I put the playlist together, and I thought there's such a variation of music, as we've always said, that were recorded on Stiff.
Yeah.
It wasn't just that one genre, was it? It was numerous genres.
Well, that's right. I mean, started off that both sort of Jake Riviera and Dave Robinson were interested in pub rock, and basically the bands that were playing in the pubs in London in the mid to late 70s, the bands and the artists that just weren't getting picked up by the big record companies, who would rather sort of like spend their budgets on the bands that they'd been spending their budgets on for years and years. And and then from there, sort of, punk came along almost immediately for Stiff, and they started releasing some good sort of some good punk. And I mean bands, like the Damned got their break on Stiff, the adverts, you know, and then you've got, you know, Elvis Costello started on Stiff, you know, and other people were there, you know, sort of Nick Lowe, as we were saying on the video, was involved in so much, particularly in the early days of Stiff, you know, and then, you know, Ian Jury comes along, and of course, you know, I mean, almost certainly the biggest act on Stiff were Madness. I think by quite a long way.
God, I mean, I think when we discussed it, we could have picked any of them singles.
Yeah.
Actually, on Sunday
long run.
I put on my Greatest Hits album, and it, you know, the Complete Madness, and that's got to be one of the best compilation albums ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's just not one bad track on that album from start to finish. It's just hit after hit after hit after hit.
Yeah.
And you know all the words to them. There's not many Greatest Hits albums that do that.
No, not at all. And you know, the other great thing about Madness is the videos. The videos for the singles were just superb.
Yeah, I sat and watched a load on Sunday night.
Yeah,
and just to see it, but you know, and they are so funny. They're all cartoony, real life cartoons. Exactly.
You know, I mean, Madness lyrics. You know, they tell a story. You know, and it's something that, you know, people like us can relate to. You know, living in the UK back in the 70s, and yeah. And Madness are just one of those bands. Yeah.
That's excellent.
Nick Lowe's Jesus of Cool. Yeah. But Nick Lowe is just one of those people that you know, he's been involved in so much, and you know, as an artist, as a, you know, as a producer, so many times.
I know. I mean, it just seemed to be a bit of a family sort of thing. If you needed a bass player, then you just found up Billy Bremner.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the Leeds United midfield player, but the bass player.
No, that would have been interesting, wouldn't it?
What?
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen a band with. They'd make a good punk band, wouldn't they? You know, Billy Bremner and Norman Hunter.
The Choppers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, Chopper Harris. Yeah.
So the other thing, you know, we was talking about the Department F song. Look up, right. Sunday, guess who I had a text with? A picture holding the single.
Nick.
Yeah.
I thought he'd probably have it because, you know, he's a Stiff collector like me, so
yeah. I thought, you know,
yeah.
You know, so proud as punch.
Just discuss my
Yeah. Oh, get the knack.
That's going back a bit.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that when I put that list together. I hadn't heard the adverts for just such a long time. It was great listening to that. When I put it in the playlist, instead of getting on to the next one, I listened to it. I had to listen to it because I hadn't heard it for a long time.
Yeah. I think One Called Wonders is a, you know, fantastic punk single. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Oh yeah. Yes, I think I've seen that one, Nick. Yeah, because a little while ago I went through YouTube and I was just watching Madness videos, you know, one after another.
Yeah,
and you know, they've got those little bits, those little sort of intros, haven't they? You know, sort of about 10-15 seconds of intro that is sort of really nothing to do with the video itself.
Yeah, it's like the one at the beginning of Baggy Trousers, isn't it? He comes down the
Yeah.
path and goes, Baggy Trousers? Baggy
Yeah,
Trousers?
that's right. Yeah, and then and then the video proper starts. Yeah.
Now,
I think
Terry's come up. Terry's
I think
Terry's
Nick,
come up with a potential talking point.
yeah,
Greatest hit albums that have new tracks.
yeah. I mean, it's cynical, isn't it, Terry? You know, so what they do is that, you know, they produce the greatest hits, and the real fans think, well, you know, I don't want that because I've got all the tracks, so they put something else on. You know, so you buy, you know, effectively you're buying a single for the price of an album, aren't you? You know, just to get that one track.
Did that.
Yeah.
They picked out this greatest hits for an anniversary. I can't remember, and there were some new tracks on it.
Mm.
So you had to go and buy it just for the new tracks.
Yeah.
And
It's a scam.
I mean, I only brought it on CD, and when I got rid of my CDs, the only tracks I kept
Yeah.
were the new ones, because I don't want.
Yeah. I think sometimes though that sort of you know, greatest hits sort of compilations can be quite, you know, good, and you know, it's nice, you know, particularly if you've got the singles, to just have them all in one place on one piece of vinyl.
Yeah.
But as Ramon says, are we talking about fans or completists? Yeah. I mean there is that, and I think that, you know, we've got Record Store Day coming up, haven't we? You know, it's week on Saturday, and
Is it that close?
you know, Record Store Day. I've sort of been I'm in an and about. I've always turned up sort of quite sort of early. You know, not, you know, queuing through the night. I did it once with my son years ago, and by the time the store opened, my feet were so cold I couldn't feel them. But you know, what you get nowadays is sort of you know, more and more sort of stuff that should never really have seen the light of day, I think. You know, questionable sort of live albums and various other bits and pieces, and there, you know, and there's the obligatory sort of a Bowie album now, isn't there? And you know, I don't really know, because I mean, there's only certain period of Bowie that I really like, but you know, I sort of get the feeling that, you know, this stuff probably isn't really worth having. But of course, if you're, you know, if you want to be complete, then you have to go and buy it. So anyway, this year I've decided I'm not going to queue up early in the morning. I'm going to go to Leeds Record Fair at the normal time, and then I'm going to wander up to Crash or Jumbo later on in the day. And you know, if the stuff I want is still there, then that's fine. If it isn't, then so much. And you know, we're talking about records gathering dust, you know, today, and I think, you know, it's a good, you know, Record Store Day is a good opportunity to buy records that will probably end up gathering dust in your collection. But that's just me. I mean, so, you know, I mean, you know, some people love the stuff, and you get people also that I think are under a sort of misapprehension that Record Store Day releases are going to go up in value, but you see them in record fairs all the time now. You know,
people buying them and reselling them.
Yeah. You know, I bought a polystyrene album last time, and you know, that was a Record Store Day release about, I don't know, two years ago, I think, and you know, it cost me, you know, next to nothing comparatively. So there you go. That's Record Store Day for you. But you know, if
Hello.
if you're in the UK, hi Michael. If you're in the UK and you want to see what the records look like, then there's a record store called the Vinyl Revival Store, and it's actually quite near to Nick. It's up sort of St Neots way, and he does unboxings, and he's just started doing his record store day stock unboxing. So you can get a sneak preview of what this stuff looks like if you're interested. Anyway, that's that. Hi, Michael.
Hi. I got everything worked out except for my, headphone and microphone. I don't know why. But anyhow, how was everybody? You had a great time?
Yeah, I did last Saturday. I did. Al Murray was just fantastic. Yeah. Throwing beer at everybody and.
Yeah, and of course, last Saturday. It was Saturday for us anyway. I think it started as Friday night for Award, but he did his 10-hour marathon, didn't he?
Yeah.
Which was great, and I got to talk to some lovely people again, and including Ben and Jack Vinyl Voyage up in Scotland. Of course, Stunty and Fred were there, and very briefly, Mawson came on.
Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
He went on camera, Morton?
Yeah, but he was only on for what, 5 minutes, I think.
Okay.
But
I did see
he was sort of very active in the gallery.
Yeah.
And somebody left, the stream, and I just, I suggested to Morton that he came up, but as I say, he only stayed for about 5 minutes. Oh, David Atkinson was there as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
When I was on, you were on earlier on, I think, weren't you?
I was on there earlier with a 1-to-1 with Ramold, and then I had to beg off because I had something going on in the flat.
Yeah, but I don't know how you saw it in the end, Romy, but I thought it was really good. That I think it sort of fulfilled sort of what you intended. That it was an opportunity for your friends around the world, all in different time zones, to have an opportunity to come up and have a chat. So I thought it was great.
I wouldn't get out of bed on a Saturday morning for 7 o'clock. The only people I've done it for is Nick and Ramon. I wouldn't get out of bed.
Yeah.
I don't get up earlier to do that, but I had to do it because to support Ramon. It was a fantastic. The time I was up there, it was really good. Yeah.
Because I was up. I was up a bit earlier because I woke up and normally I just roll over and go back to sleep. But I thought, I know, I'll get up, had a quick shower downstairs, and went on the live stream, and it was great. And then, a few hours later, we were doing the Stiff Records. Video, weren't we?
Yes, we did actually. For those that we did, although it went out on Sunday, we did record it on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah,
went off to the theatre, and it was good fun. That was. We got something. We got another one planned up. The sophomore album one. Me and Richard are doing that. It's our next one. So.
Good.
Yeah. I see you're ranking the eggs anyway.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And we got Sham 69 on the same day. I thought I'd keep it punk.
Yeah. Sham 69, and you're ranking Ramones albums, aren't you?
Yeah, a request.
That's going to be a really tough one because all Ramones albums sound exactly the same, don't they? Yeah, in fact, all Ramones songs sound exactly the same.
Yeah,
that'll be very difficult. You're just going to sort of go by which cover you prefer.
Nuance will be tough.
Yeah,
it was tough. You had to keep going back, and even while I was preparing it, I was kept listening to bits of the songs, and if I got this in the right order, and I think there's one or two when I listen to it, nah, that's got to go there. That's got to go. So that my initial list is not the list that I'm going to be doing on Wednesday.
Right.
What do you think has been your toughest rankings in that type of situation? Looking back.
Looking back, one of the toughest ones has to be the Swans, because I don't really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're an acquired taste. You
They
know,
are acquired taste. I mean,
they're not that bad. They're not that bad.
some of their stuff was just even out there for me. Some of
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
I mean, I do enjoy doing. You know, when people giving me these challenges, I love it, because that's what it's all about: challenging me and able to make it thing. I mean, I know I get slated sometimes. You know, the usual ones. When you put that at number thunder, that's when I turned off. Thanks for your support. You know.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a process, right? You've got an approach to doing it, and it works. And all you have to do is just like concentrate and apply your system of ranking, right?
Yeah.
It's
I've got it down to a T now. I can tell now if I'm listening to an album. Say there's 12 tracks on the album. I get 5 in now, and I've got a rough idea where it will go. So I listen to it, then I listen to it again, and I go, yeah, I got it right, and I don't move. Once I've done that, I don't move them around. There's some bands that I've not listened to in a little while in the book, and when I do put it together, what I do while I'm writing out my notes, I put it on and I pay about 2 or 3 minutes of each song. And then you come to the end to do the summary, because that's when I do my summary, literally there and then, because it's fresh in the mind. And you go, no, I got that wrong. So, but it's a process, and it's something that I've got off to a T now.
What's so funny? You're snickering, Dave.
Romwell.
Yeah. Me too. I mean, that is a great day's listening, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Ramones and Todd. Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
I know, Rich, you'll take a poor man's Ramones over a posh Buzzcocks.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is power pop, isn't it?
Evening, Andy.
Hi, Andy.
Yeah, I mean, there's some Ramones songs I like.
This is it. Not every band has every song that everybody likes.
Yeah. No, I mean, my objection to the Ramones is that they seem to be revered, and they don't deserve to be revered by anybody. They're a pop band, and they just thrash away some good time sort of power pop, and that's it, and it's fine. I mean, I don't hate the stuff. I just don't see the point of it. But that's me, That's me.
We're going to get so much flack for this.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to tell people that I like stuff when I don't like it.
But this is it. I mean, as Iain keeps saying, everybody hears the same piece of music differently.
Yeah.
And you appreciate it differently. So you either think it's great, it's mediocre, it's somewhere in the middle, and whatever way you think of it, whatever way Iain thinks of it, whatever way Mike or Michael or me, we all rate it differently.
That's it. It's what I mean. People say that I don't like 80s production. I don't like any band's 80s production.
No.
It's just awful.
Yeah. But very diplomatic, Tulsa. Yeah, we know, Jim.
Yeah, it just, I think it just all depends, and on the day, of course. You can change your mind. Yeah, I think the Ramones are not. I can understand you guys in America defending them. They're one of your bands, and they were probably good at what they were for America.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't expect this one.
Yeah. Well, we know Nick loves the Beatles, but not as much as he loves Pink Floyd.
Or yes,
Yeah.
Speaking of which, by the way, that brings up a topic that I saw the other day. What do you think of this project by Sir Sam Mendes? 4 films about the Beatles. Each one focusing at looking at the band from the viewpoint of each member.
Yeah. It's quite an interesting idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think I want to go and sit through. Thank you.
Yeah.
Probably won't. I mean, it boom. People of certain age groups have just different relationships to it, but if you ask a 16-year-old right now, they'd say, "Sounds interesting to me." Those who grew up with it feel a certain way, and everybody's got their different stages in life and their relationship to the Beatles that helps them form an opinion.
But I think in particular the Beatles, one of those bands that each member of the band, you can see how they contributed something different.
Yeah.
They weren't. I could never really see the Beatles as a sort of I was going to say unified band, but sort of like just as a sort of job lot, just for musicians. I think it was always 4 people that was sort of in a band together, but everybody was doing something different, had different sort of different concerns, different ideas, and so I think it'd be quite a good film. What do you think about the choice of actors, though? They're not exactly lookalikes, are they?
What's that?
There's one is sort of a bit of a lookalike with the nose. That's the guy who's going to be playing Ringo.
There'll be feelings alike. There'll be feelings alike. They'll start to act, and all of a sudden they're gonna bring. That's the gift of acting, right?
Yeah. Well.
I mean, I know that, but it was just they just didn't look. And there was a thing on the I think it was on the BBC website, and that apparently because this whole thing was sort of introduced on 1st of April, some people thought it was an April Fool's joke because the actors just didn't. You couldn't tell. You could see the 4 of them, and I couldn't really say who was going to be who in that.
I felt the same way when Andre 3000 was announced as Jimi Hendrix for that film. And everybody hates that film, but I'll tell you, for me, he did such a fantastic job.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I mean, you can't prejudge these things. And, Sam Mendes is obviously, a great director. Yeah.
I think the worst thing about the films will be the endless of videos on YouTube about it.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I think Andy's right.
Yeah.
They've matched the wrong actor to each Beatle.
Yeah.
You would have switched them around, Andy? You would have signed. You think they found 4 great guys, but they just gave them the wrong roles? You would keep the pool of actors?
Yeah. I'm just thinking about these guys.
You see, there's your proper.
Who is that?
Catway. Sorry. Hang on. Let's bring him up first.
There you go.
His cash. Yeah.
This is the Rottles.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I remember.
Yeah, and it's a spoof. So you've got Neil is there, and then you've got Eric Idle standing on the other side, and God, who are the other 2? I can't remember who the actors are now.
Are their faces intentionally dark, or is that the lighting in your home?
No, there was a
Intention.
There was nasty.
Yeah. Stig, Nasty, Barry, and yeah. Anyway, this is it.
I love that. Let it
Yeah, I
rock.
love that.
Yeah.
The tragical history.
Yeah, Meet the Rottles, yeah. Yeah, so there you go. So this is it. This is yeah. So they were very good, actually. It's an excellent spoof of the Beatles.
Yeah, down to the fact when they're doing that bit outside Apple when it was, when they went into liquidation, people coming in and out and taking everything. I mean, they really took the mickey out of that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Neil Innes, David Batley, Eric Idle, John Halsey.
that's it. Yeah.
That was Rutland Weekend TV. All You Need Is Cash was Neil Innes, Eric Idle, Ricky Fattar, and John Halsey.
Yeah.
And then they moved to a 5-piece and All You Need Is Cash.
Yeah, well, they didn't have help. They had Ouch, didn't they?
Yeah, that's it.
They were good tracks, though. They were very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were well produced.
Yeah. And they followed, sort of. So you get the, you get basically the whole of the Beatles' career spoofed in, 90 minutes, and absolutely brilliant.
Ringo is the most on-time drummer in pop.
Yeah,
That's.
God, I remember watching this. Eric Idle's TV series, Rutland Weekend TV. Oh my God! Crikey! I was at uni.
Oh, this is just in that one. Yeah, apparently there's a new Spinal Tap movie coming out.
Is that really?
Yeah.
You're joking.
No. They're all reprising their roles. Even Ron Howard as Chuck Berge is going to be in it. I don't know if it'll work or not.
Don't know.
No, I mean, Spinal Tap is classic.
Yeah.
But who was it parody on? People say it's a parody on Black Sabbath, but it isn't. I think it's a mixture of all bands.
Yeah, it is that sort of genre, isn't it? And they're, and they're into that sort of, demons and wizards and that kind of stuff, aren't they? And then this is mixed with the sort of rampant sexism and misogyny, and it is absolutely brilliant. I mean, another great sort of parody, of course, was another heavy metal band, which was Bad News, which was the comic strip people.
Yeah. Yeah, that Bad News. I mean, they played Donington, Bad News. They played Donington Park. I mean, Spinal Tap have played Glastonbury.
I know.
And they played at Freddie Mercury's tribute concert.
That was what's his name? Aid Edmondson, and Nigel Planer, and Rick Mail. Who was the other? Who was the fourth?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Got to go and look it up.
It was it Peter Richardson?
I think you may be right, Mike. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Peter Richardson.
Yeah.
Spider, 8 legs web.
You see, you go about parodies. I remember when Vic and Bob did the Paul Whitehouse and they did Slade.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. There was it was Slade at Home, wasn't it?
Played at home, and I was always having a cup of.
Yeah.
How undefeated? Yeah, not bad. Yeah, I mean, with a Spinal Tap, I'll probably watch it.
well, it's not out until it's being released in the States in September.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, it's this
Yeah, well,
year. It's already ready for release.
Yeah, September the 12th this year.
Yeah, that's news to me. I didn't know. I didn't know
I didn't know it was
that.
in development.
Yeah.
No, it's in
We
the
are not the TV. We're not a TV show. We're now a radio show.
Thanks, Richie.
Thank you. Yes.
We appreciate that. Yeah. Although it's a pretty low bar, isn't it? Talking about crappy music. Yeah.
How developed magazine?
Well,
Anyway.
we'll start with showing our dust collectors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, we'll wait for. I know Nick's got something. We're just waiting for him to have his fish fingers. Okay.
I want to know: is he being healthy or unhealthy? In other words, is he eating wholemeal bread sandwiches or white bread?
Yeah.
The fish fingers doesn't matter. That's a given.
Yeah.
I went all talking food. I went really fancy this week. I made a chicken cordon bleu.
Wow.
Ooh.
Well, get you.
I know.
All right, you did that. I did beef stroganoff.
Ew.
Ugh.
Beef.
Mind you, I did cheat. I got it out of the butcher's. he makes the beef. He makes the beef strong, but it's lovely.
Yeah. So I do believe that a package has been delivered. According to, I had a message from our friend on the west south coast.
Oh, lovely. Actually, that reminds me. There's a new star on YouTube, isn't there? In the vinyl community.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Wool and Waxed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, with his woolen friend Mazzy.
Yeah.
Oh, woolen. Yeah.
Yes, woolly. Yes, made of wool.
Yes, I watched that. That's absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant. So
Yeah, I mean that wool and waxed is even more offensive than the real thing.
yeah. Simon's not. I know Simon's not going to with us tonight. I think he's got something to do with his kids at school. So
All right.
Okay.
So I'm sure we'll catch up. He did speak to me earlier. So yeah, brilliant. He did say, "What do you think?" I said, "It's top drawer stuff as ever."
Yeah. He's got a talent, hasn't he?
Yeah, he is. He is got talent, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's definitely. I mean, that's hard work. That's scripted and.
Well, this is it, isn't it? That coming up with the idea is pretty good, but then to be able to execute it in such a great way is another thing altogether.
Well, for me, I can execute sensible ideas and entertaining ideas, but I couldn't do anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. He's creating he's creating a whole new world for himself, isn't he?
Yeah. Helmet. Now we've got the two puppets.
Yes. I think Static Traveler can hang up his spurs.
Yes, but I think it's inspired.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure he loves it.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Cooler Shaker played Lee's Academy last week.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh Richie, I don't want to be in the same car with you.
It's on toast here.
Wasn't there
Yeah.
a big disaster? Was there a big disaster in Leeds within the past 24 hours that had me concerned for people that I know that live there?
Not as far as I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I mean,
Okay. Maybe it was different.
I've seen, I've seen some local news within the last sort of hour or so, and there's nothing.
Okay. No, I meant.
Yeah. I'm sure it's fine, but Jim mentioned the academy at Leeds. It's my least favourite venue. O2 Academy.
Mm.
O2 are rip-off merchants, I think.
Mm.
The whole sort of franchise
Yeah.
is awful. I mean, there was that dreadful thing down at Brixton Academy, wasn't there? But they cut corners. That they don't have enough security on the door. So you queue for hours. I can remember the last time I went there, we went to, I can't even remember who went to see, but basically we were there a good sort of like half hour before the support were meant to go on stage, and they were 20 minutes into their set by the time we managed to get in. And the beer is expensive there as well. Yeah, it's a shame really, because it's quite a decent sized venue. It's pitched between the sort of the arena type venues and the smaller sort of like clubby sort of like more intimate sort of places. But I just don't like it there. I mean, but then again, if you want to see a band and that's where they are. could be Richie. Yeah, could be.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been to the Brixton Academy for years. I'll tell you, the last person I saw there, Gary Moore.
Wow.
Oh, that is going back.
On his blues thing, and Albert Collins came out on stage. That's how long ago. Yeah, that was a long time ago, because they're both no longer with us.
Yeah. God, I would have loved to have seen Albert Collins.
Oh, he was brilliant.
Yeah.
Because he performed on one of his blues albums. I think it's on Still Got the Blues. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You just pinch yourself. Am I really here?
Excellent.
Oh, dearie me.
Yeah.
Normally we frown on that sort of thing.
Yes,
but
let's stick to rocket rules, shall we?
Yeah, well, why not? Hey.
Hello, Nick.
There he is.
Now, that's an interesting band. I really enjoyed them.
Gua.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a documentary on Sky the other day, and it was about censorship in music, and it was an American documentary, and Gua were on that.
Yeah.
Funny
bunch, isn't
talking
they?
about censorship. Yeah,
I love their names. Some of their names.
Yeah.
Like the female, was it Sylvester Hyman or something?
Yeah.
She's got, her real name's Danielle Steele, but she's got a great voice for that sort of music. I always thought they were, I've heard of them.
Have you seen them out of costume?
No.
Makeup? I was watching little bits of it today. Mind you, I was listening and watching videos of them last year, and they for some reason they came up on a feed of mine, and I'd always knew about them, but never bothered listening to them because it weren't really my sort of thing. But they're a bit of a cult sort of band, aren't they?
Yeah.
They've got a cult following.
Yeah,
I bet they're great live.
Yeah,
you wouldn't want to. If you go, mate, make sure you take a change of clothes.
Yeah.
Why?
because they sort of sprayed the audience, didn't they, with like fake blood?
Oh, lovely.
I mean,
Yeah.
some of their titles of the tracks. What?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
they're all right. You know, it's not really my sort of thing, but
There's a few punk songs, aren't there? They do like they're quite punky. Some of their songs,
yeah,
proper punky sound. So yeah, I didn't mind listening to them. I mean, I don't think I'll go back and listen to them all the time, but it's nice to go and listen to them now and again. I think, lining up the neighbourhood.
yeah. It's a bit of a weird one for you to rank, I suppose, weren't it?
Yeah, it was so difficult because they all sound the same.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
that Department S single,
Yeah.
I've had that a good couple of years. I'm sure Rob Walker showed it in a car boot finds video, and I never realised I did anything else. You know, all I know them for is that song is Vic there.
Yeah, that was their one hit, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it wasn't until you mentioned it was on Stiff that I pulled the thing out, you know, and had a good look, and yeah, bloody well is, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I first heard, as I said on Saturday when we recorded, Annie Nightingale played that on. I think she was standing in for John Peel because it was late at night in the week. Because Annie used to stand in for John a lot, and she said, "Here's a new. This is an old single, but I've just discovered it, and I want to play it for you." And she put it on, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Because I had it on the old headphones, the big, no, not little headphones, your big out here on a ghetto blast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. And I mean, I found it and I put it on a playlist and made it, but I've never owned it physically.
Yeah. But if you go through the sort of the Stiff sort of singles discography, there's so much in there that you just wouldn't, probably wouldn't have heard before.
No.
And
No.
they. Well,
you mean because they got the chance to record? Stiff gave them the chance to record. Otherwise, nobody would have picked them up. That's your point.
With a lot of them, yeah. But that Stiff were nearly always sort of in a situation where funds were really tight, so they would order a sort of a run of a single, maybe sort of like 2,000 copies, and most of those would be sold mail order, and just through one or two shows. They didn't really see the light of day, sort of on the radio and whatever. So
would play these, Peel.
Yeah, but well, that's right. But again, Stiff would, Stiff sort of their sort of their business model as well. If they can get 2,000 copies of a single pressed and they sell them all, then that's the cash they need to release the next single.
Right.
So they would often just do that, and they would the singles would immediately be deleted, and that was it.
What do you mean be deleted?
Well, they just wouldn't. They wouldn't be looking to press any more copies. That would be that.
So even though they all sold out, it wouldn't be like, wow, that was successful. I guess they wouldn't get that kind of feedback, right? They just
well, that's right, because they weren't, they weren't getting their singles into the chart return shops,
right? And the radio stations didn't play them, so they had no understanding of what the market response was to.
Yeah, so really, it was through, it was through sort of the the weekly music press. So, particularly Enemy and Sounds would, alert people to these singles being available. But
Yeah,
in the wider world, they just didn't exist.
Right.
it's like Billy Bremner's Loud Music in Cars. The only place I ever heard that on the radio was on John Peel.
Well, yeah, probably, probably it. Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen that single anywhere.
No.
If it wasn't for him,
only 1,000.
if it wasn't for him, all these sort of smaller indie type bands you'd never have heard of.
Right.
Half Man, Half Biscuit, for example.
Yeah.
You'd never hear anything by them unless you stayed up late at night watching one of these sort of indie music type music programs.
Yeah.
The other good sounding one, Death by Milk Float.
Jim, can we stay away from that subject, please?
So one question, and that is those singles, those one-off single runs that Stiff Records did. What are those records fetching as vintage singles these days? Are they astronomical? Are they really high, or
not particularly? It's just that they're just not around, and they don't, that they don't have this sort of like commensurate sort of like additional value. And the ones that are sort of probably the most expensive sort of Stiff singles, the sort of ones that people have heard of, and New Rose, is quite an expensive single to get if you can find it.
Yeah, the
Richie,
thing,
can we
the
ask
reason
what
why
went?
2000.
Richie, can we ask what went for that song?
Yeah, which one was that? Wow,
That's a lot of money.
it is a lot of money. Yeah.
what I find interesting
Maybe
is like
something.
there are a couple of channels like that are showing a lot of psych music from the '60s. Like Dave the Pickup Artist and this guy Vinyl Piper. They show that they dig up these really rare these psych records that I've never even seen. I mean, I got a pretty good visual memory, and they're just showing obscure bands, and that recorded and pressed. It had records pressed. I don't know what the runs were, but you're looking at like, where did that come from? And they have a bit of history to it, and they're fetching $1,000, $2,000, $5,000.
Who's the YouTube guy who's sort of sits in a very sort of like psychedelic setting? He's surrounded by clocks and stuff.
Not Dave the Pickup Artist.
That's not. It's not Dave. No.
I don't know.
Yeah. Very, very sort of very psychedelic.
Yeah.
But he shows some great stuff. Vinyl Stockholm Jonas shows a lot of very rare stuff.
Psych.
A lot of it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite often it's sort of like I suppose his musical tastes are around. They appear to be around sort of late '60s, early '70s. A lot of the stuff, but they're not exclusively. But he does show quite a lot. And there's a book that I can't remember the name of that's got it's like an encyclopedia of these sort of private pressings.
Yeah.
And he's trying to collect them.
I a lot of times I'll call up the bands and some of the songs on YouTube, listen to it. And I guess when I listen to it, I'm like, okay, it makes sense why this never got out more pervasively. And because it's a bit derivative. And I think that in the marketplace back in those days, I realized that the record companies had so much control, but I just think there was only so much ear share for certain types of music, and on the American side, certain bands just grabbed market share, and that was that. and everybody else fell by the wayside. But they also fell by the wayside because it kind of sounded like the most popular groups too. You know, it wasn't like they had a sound that was so unique and so special that you thought to yourself, God, what a stupid record executive that didn't identify that all that talent there. It's more like, okay, it sounds like Jefferson Airplane. It sounds like this. It sounds like, you know, it's really in the manner of.
Yeah, I think that's why Status Quo's debut album did so well in America, because it was different. You know, not heard.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave's got it. Yeah, the Perfume Garden guy. Yeah, he's one I was thinking of, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to show him up a bit, but I mean, Dave Pick Apart, Sunday Psychedelic is
Amazing.
Yes, I watched that.
Watch it.
Very good.
Once it comes out on there, I watch it. Usually watch it Monday when we tea, seeing what out, and got me pen and paper there, writing down, oh, I've not heard that. We'll go and listen to that. But that's all what it's about. We watch each other's and we're all going, oh, yeah, we'll give that a go.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Anyway,
yes.
Can we just, I've dusted off my records, the ones that have sat there. So I'm going to show you 10 records that I haven't played in ages, years. Some of them I haven't even played since I've had my new record deck. So that's how long some of these haven't been played. So
are you going?
I'll go first.
Come on.
Right, the first one I'm going to show is an Iron Maiden album. It's No Prayer for the Dying from 1990. I think I've played this about 6 times in its whole life. I just don't connect with this. For a start, Bruce Dickinson sounds like he's been drinking meths. He's got a horrible voice. And it's got tracks
I want to listen to that now.
It's got tracks on it like Public Enema #1. Yeah, Public Enema, you know.
Yeah.
It's got the awful Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that made #1, didn't it?
You Bring Your Daughter, yeah, it did. But it, I mean, I like the
yeah, it's a horrible name. I'm sorry, I was trying to Richie.
Yeah, I mean, I like Tail Gunner. It's a proper World War II thing. It's the best track on the album. I've listened to that, but I haven't sat and put this album on. I haven't played it since I got my new deck. That's one I have not played. It just doesn't sit with me, this album.
You need to put it on eBay and sell it and get some cash.
Let's go back further. Have you played it since you moved?
No.
Yeah.
Second one.
You hoarders.
The second one is a Meatloaf album.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I went to see him on this tour, right? And
Quick, put the Ramones on.
This on the tour, the tracks off this album were brilliant. So I went and brought the album, and all I got was 80s crap. Blind Before I Stop. It's awful. It's got that awful Rock and Roll Mercenaries that he did with John Parr. Whatever happened to him? One More Kiss. It's a 80s cheesy keyboards. This is just a pile of junk. It really is. I think I only played it about 3 times in my life. But I won't get rid of it because it's in my collection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, here's another one that I don't play very often. When I was a lad, if it got Deep Purple on it, I'd buy it. Last concert in Japan.
Oh, just suck the blood out of that show. Jesus.
Oh. Tommy Bolin cannot play Burn. He couldn't. They're all high on pot. It's dreadful.
Yeah. But the title of the album, though, it's a real cash in, isn't it?
Yeah. This came out in 1978. So the band had been split up 2 years. They were just rinsing it. And It's awful. I mean, I only paid £4 for it, so I can't grumble, can I? Okay, next up. Yeah. I don't think I have to explain why I don't play that.
Oh,
No, you don't need to explain.
I do like Domino, and I've always liked Domino, but the rest of it, yeah.
Well, he should have stayed at one album, Richie.
Yeah. Now,
Go
here's
and talk
another-
about Tommy Bolin. Did you try Zephyr 69, Davey?
the box set, Mike Arfield box. The only reason I brought it because of collaborations. I've very rarely played this. I think the only thing I ever put on is the end of. Oh, brilliant, Stunty. That's brilliant. Thank you, my friend.
I confess.
Okay, where was I? Yeah. The only thing I really play on this is the end Jim the Bells when you got Vivian Stanshaw doing 2 AM. Collaborations, I don't buy. It's awful. I don't like it. I only brought it to complete the set, you know.
Completist.
Okay. Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Who is
Ooh.
that?
ZZ Top.
It's
Ugh.
Afterburner.
Oh, I disagree with you on that.
Oh, I
That was a
can't.
big seller, wasn't it?
I can't. Velcro Fly is awful.
Mm-hmm.
Dripping love in the lap of luxury. It's synth drums. It's. Please. I haven't played this for a long time. Oh, the Brazilians, all right. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
But this Planet of Women, I mean, what a load of old junk that is. Okay, I brought this because it was a picture disc. The US version of Slide It In. It's junk. I love Slide It In UK version. But John Sykes came along. They took off John Lord's keyboards. They ruined Bernie Marsden, Mickey Moody and Mal Galley's guitar work. John Sykes ruined this album. This is where David Coverdale sold out to America.
Where is the humanity?
I don't know. I just the only reason I've still got this because it's a limited edition picture disc.
Sell it, make
Yeah.
money.
I don't know how much that's worth now, but yeah,
Must be worth a few shekels.
yeah, I just don't like it.
Oh,
I have only played this album twice.
oh dear.
Oh, God.
It's another load of old rubbish. If you like disco techno, you're all right. But you're a Queen fan. Freddie releases us an album and you expect rockers.
Yeah.
Nah, not this month.
Not your cup of tea.
No, let's turn it on. Awful. Fooling around. Mr. Bad Guy's all right, but he did a better version on a compilation. Oh, absolute diamond. But,
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. After this finishes, he's going to take us to where the bodies are buried.
okay. I never do this, but I had to put this in. The awful Master and Slaves. Crap Deep Purple album, a mediocre Rainbow album. This is not Deep Purple. This is when Richie fell out with Ian Gillan, got rid of him, got Jolene Turner in, and I made this a Bob Mason. King of Dreams is all right.
Sorry, I put that back up for you, Ian.
but it's got a thing called Love Conquers All. Some sloppy thing. You don't, you have speaking and then you have that rubbish. And the last one in Rose Gallery tonight. I love Bruce Springsteen. But if I want to go to sleep and I can't sleep, you put this on because it's just boring.
He just announced that he's got like a cache of never released music, and he's going to release like many records of stuff that he recorded that's never seen the light of day.
Stop it.
Yeah.
This is the worst album that he ever put out in my books. It's one track tougher than the rest, and the rest of it, it's just boring. Here and the whiny harmonica. No.
Oh, Zeb. Oh, you're treading on dangerous ground here.
You are, Chair. I like all Marillion albums. Well, there's one or two, but I haven't got them on album. But that is a pile of old junk as well. So there we go. 10
Oh, they're coming gunning for you tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, Robbie's hit. Robbie's got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there we go. There's my 10.
Excellent.
I don't play anymore.
Wow.
Excellent.
Well done.
Well done, mate.
Well done. Well done for being honest.
I wonder if we posted this with the headline "The Rival to the Pub Landlord," would it get many views? I haven't laughed so much in ages.
You did it, so we didn't have to.
Yeah, this is why I put this one in, because it's a bit fun. You can, giving you reasons why you don't play that flannel anymore. I mean, I could have put another 20 in.
Yeah.
Do we need an yeah.
I don't know, Studdy. We've got another 3 to go yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
We might.
We
who's
now
the
need
next
an exorcism.
So who's going to dive into their dust collectors next?
Who's the next sacrificial victim?
I'll go next.
Right.
And mine is going to be a little bit unorthodox.
So, do you want something? I've got to add something to the stage. Or
yeah,
Mr. Producer has.
There it is. Okay.
It's a presentation, is it?
It is a presentation.
Okay, your full screen.
Okay. Can you see my computer screen? Here we go. Wait. Here we go. Nope. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah,
okay.
There we go.
Okay. So all right. Now you can see. Okay. This is Yahoo Auction. So I'm going to show you my dregs, because contrary to Iain, I have all of my dregs in the market, right? And so this is all stuff that I have not sold. For example, I have a laser disc by Mr. Todd Rundgren, who I do adore. I don't have a laser disc player, so there is no reason to hold on to this. Oh, the topic is stuff that's collecting dust that we don't get rid of. So what Yahoo allows you to do is they give you 10 pictures.
I can see this coming a mile off.
And I've had this listed for close to 2 years now. I started the listing at like 2,000 yen, thinking I had something like that was really special, and it just sits and it lingers. And that's exactly like everything else. When you have dregs, is that the Japanese people are not stupid, and they know what's crap, just like the Westerners do, and they know that Eddie money is crap. And even if I listed this at 1 yen, nobody's going to buy it. because it's that bad. Well, I'm exaggerating. You know. Any questions about any questions about this? I just thought it would be interesting to show you what it looks like here, right? They give you 10 photos, and there's different ways that you can, you know, when it doesn't sell, you can relist it, and you know you have your grading. You know, you can show them what the grading is, and you know, of course,
No,
it's all in Japanese. It's all in Japanese, but here.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically follow the grading system that Japanese sellers do here. And
Still no one buys it.
what's that?
And no one's buying it.
Nobody's buying it. Nobody's buying it. And so my store, which is I'll show you what's for sale, and then I will hand it off to another gentleman. Just a moment. My sale is the Eagles, the long run, the Moody Blues. A question. So Michael is more kind of a guy who's trying to take credit for the serial killer, but no one. Yeah, that's kind of. So Moody Blues, the question of balance. You know, stuff like this. Like, I mean, my goodness. I mean, I thought that this was worth some money. It's at, and you know, if you do the conversion, we're talking about, you know, $3. Okay. Nobody wants crappy records in Japan. And oh, here we go. This has actually had 4 people are watching this. This is Tenement Steps. Can't sell it. And the only reason I'm selling this is there's only one great song on the record. And I don't like to hang on to records when there's only one good song, because it's like playing a single. So that might sound weird to you guys, but. And what else?
Evening, Simon.
What's that?
Oh,
Just saying good evening to Simon.
I'm gonna go back to camera and show you the real things, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if you okay. So things like The Call. This is a crappy record. Modern Romance. It's got one good song, The Walls Come Down. So again, one song, no reason to hang on to it. Get some cash, buy something that I really like. Bad Luck in Dancing School. What's his name? Warren Zevon. You know, he had that one great first record. There's like nothing. This just sounds like everything else that he's ever done. Anything worse than this? Well, yeah. Well, who am I going to give it to?
Charity.
There is no. You don't do that in Japan. There's no. You know, to get rid of things in Japan, you have to pay. So, for example, when you have things like air conditioners or TV sets or furniture, that doesn't get picked up by the refuse people. You have to call the city and pay and make special arrangements for have it to be taken away. And, you know, it's a pittance. It's only a couple of dollars, but you have to pay to have your garbage taken away. The Moody Blues. Awful. One good song.
Well, I like that.
Oh, well, maybe I can send it to you.
There you go. Charity cases.
I like that album.
Do you?
I do.
The Eagles, The Long Run. Sorry for the reflections. I know a lot of people. Oh, that's a great record by them, but it's not a great record for my ears now that I'm nearing my twilight years. Huh?
It's not a good record by them.
Is there a good record by them?
No. Did I show? Oh, wait a second. Oh, this one's great. This is so bad. This is what can we do? Let's get Richard Avedon to shoot him, you know? And, you know, that must have cost a pretty penny. The best thing about this record is the fact that Richard Avedon shot the cover photo. This has got one good song on it. I can't remember the name of it. It's so schlocky. And it's a pity. Rest in peace. Great artist, great singer, but it's a shitty record. believe it or not, I can't sell this Tony Williams Lifetime record. You know, it's a white label promo. No, and I think it's like down to like, I think I paid 1,800 yen for it. It's now down to 1,200. No takers. It's really a shame. So
Were
that's,
they,
you know,
were
what's
they
that?
blind buys then?
Say what?
Were they blind buys?
Yes. Well,
Oh,
the
you must say you must have liked
this
them at
was
some point.
this was a blind buy. This was a blind buy. The Eagles wasn't a buy. It was a out of a lot that I bought. Same with the Moody Blues. Eddie Money, I just grew out of. But I actually went out and bought when he was really hot when I was young. Warren Zevon, that was a blind buy. The Call, I think I did buy this. That was a blind buy. Stanley Clark, that was a blind buy. This was so overproduced in Japan, and that's the thing. So like the Marty Ballin, it was so overpressed. It's everywhere. Every store has got like multiple copies of it. So for some reason they went clear to town on certain pressings. This Utopia, can't sell it. I'm sorry, Zeb. Sorry, can't sell it. It's a shitty record, that's why. Can't sell it. I mean, we're talking over a year. I've had these listed. Over a year. Dropping the prices every month, you know? It's a very savvy buying market here, you know? Japanese don't pay a premium for things. I had a conversation with my wife last night, and I just said, you know, when you go to Tower Records and Disc Union, the place is just mobbed with foreigners these days. And my wife goes, you know, that's right. Japanese enjoy finding bargains, and she's convinced that most of them shop at Book Off and Hard Off for records. They love, just like the Westerners, they love getting a good bargain, and they hate paying, I'm overstating the obvious, a premium price for a record. That's how they are. Really fiscally prudent. And so I just wanted to show these. I thought it would be a good example to not to just show the stuff that I hate, and I do hate these. The fact that I can't unload them.
If anyone in the gallery would like a record from Michael, please.
Well, I was thinking, Michael, what you need to do is you need to take a stall at Leeds Record Fair, and Iain will come and buy them all.
Yeah.
It cost me $5,000 just to get to Leeds with the hotel.
Well, yeah, there is that problem. Why on earth did you put a Graham Parker album in with all that crap?
Why did I what? Why did I put a
Graham Parker album with all that crap?
I like other records by him. That record just didn't do it for me. I don't know why it was so popular. It just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, I think we've all got records like that in the collection. Send them to the waxers and people.
Yeah. They'll be in his next auction, and you know he'll show you how to sell.
Yeah.
But Stunty's right. He's right. They're all dollar bin. They're dollar bin records. I'm just kind of like fooling myself that there would be interest. But
Well, Michael, as ever, fascinating presentation.
thank you.
Mm-hmm. So who's next for the Dustbuster?
Do you know how much laser disc players cost an absolute bleeding fortune?
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at buying one because I've got some laser discs and I'd like to see them.
Have you got a mini disc?
Sorry?
Have you got a mini disc?
No, well, he's got the format. He's stuck with these big 12-inch laser discs. He can't play them.
Yeah, they you know, I mean, for a very short time, they were going to be the big thing, weren't they? They were the
Yeah. So what have you got for us, Mike?
right. Okay. Let's bring a bit of fun back in. Yeah. So I've taken a different tack altogether, and and I mean the subject is really sort of records that we haven't played for a long time. I think rather than records that we think are crap. I mean, the two aren't mutually exclusive, obviously, but what I thought I'd do is I will show you some records, and they were all records that I bought when I was at school, right? So this is Antiques Roadshow time, and so this is a kind of window into the mind of sort of 14, 15-year-old me, I suppose. And what I'll do is I'll show you 10, but three of them I have actually played quite recently. And I wonder if you know which ones they are. Okay? So we'll start off 1972. Oh, knew that would happen. Alice Cooper, obviously.
School's out.
School's out, yeah. And I bought this. I bought this on the strength of the single, along with sort of Elected and one or two others, that for a little while around 1971, 72, Alice Cooper was pretty big, particularly in the singles charts in the UK.
I love the cover of that record with the carved desk. The art direction. Just
I haven't got all the sort of inserts, unfortunately. That they've long gone. But
is that the one that came with panties? I can't remember. One of them came with women's panties, like
yeah, I think it was this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't say I played it recently. You got to guess. Yeah, right. Next off, another album from again. No, this is 1973, and this is Rick Wakeman.
Oh
and,
yeah.
6 Wives of Henry VIII, and there he is with sort of many more than the necessary number of keyboards, in my opinion.
Oh, you don't
Play two at once.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a bad album really, but I bought this sort of early 70s, and that's in my collection. Right, next one that you might not know, and this is an album from 1973, and it's a bit of folk. It's Griffin. And their self-titled album it's a bit proggy, a bit sort of folky, and you can see the guy in the red there, playing a cromhorn of all things.
A what?
A cromhorn.
What is that?
Medieval musical instrument. And this record, it's there's some traditional stuff on here. There's some self-composed stuff, but it's a sort of folk, and it's although it's sort of a bit proggy, it's also a bit hey nonny nonny sort of folk, if you know what I mean.
Hey nonny nonny.
Yeah. But it's an album that I bought at the time.
I bet you haven't played that for years.
Well, we'll see at the end. You can guess. Then the very first Beatles album that I bought.
Oh.
Yeah, this was probably this one I probably bought in about 1970. Well, it came out in 69, did it? 68, 69. And there you go. So it's the Beatles on one side, George Martin's stuff on the B side.
Right.
Okay. Another album that we all know. With the Geiger.
Geiger,
yeah, and of course it's Brain Cell Surgery by ELP. Right.
Brain
Okay.
salad surgery?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Brain salad surgery, did you say?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
brain surgery, yeah.
Yeah.
Zeb,
That's
Zeb's
HR
already on there.
Yes.
Giga cover, that is.
Yes.
It is, yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Right, okay, 1971. Bit of prog again. And it's
Oh.
Gentle Giant,
That's taste gentle giant.
acquiring the taste. And, it's one of these ones that opens up sort of that way.
Yeah, it's a weird one, that isn't it?
Yeah. So there you go, bit of prog
Very
there.
sensual.
It's yeah. You think that's inviting, Mike?
It was, but there was always the debate about that cover. It was
Yeah.
whether it was very sexual or not.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I don't mean to put you on
Anyway,
the spot.
anyway, I'm almost ashamed to show this one.
Oh yeah, horrible record.
A bit of Elton John, 1972. All I can say about this, it was probably a bit of peer pressure that sort of like ended up me buying this album. But there you go, a bit of Elton. Right. Some sort of bit more sort of psychedelic-y sort of prog, 1973 on the Virgin label, and that's
Gong.
Gong. So
Oh,
it's Radio Gnome Invisible, Part 1, Flying Teapot.
Right, Teapot. Good album.
There you go. It is a good album. There you go.
I think you've shown that on this channel before.
I think possibly have. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you have.
Yeah, that's a bit of Gong. And then some Santana.
Oh yeah.
Caravanserai. Yeah. Nearly all gatefold albums, these. Maybe that was a thing in the early 70s, that there were a lot of gatefolds. But yeah, this is a bit of Santana. And finally, again, probably because the single was riding high in the charts, and this is 1971 album,
Yes.
Don McLean, American Pie.
Mm.
There you go. So as I say, there's 3 of these albums that I've actually played.
Very tough. Well,
quite-
you play. Can I ask you a question, Mike? You play them because you were preparing for this presentation, and your interest was piqued, so you thought maybe you would revisit them for this presentation, just for.
No. I listened to. I've listened to them recently anyway.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
nothing to do with this live stream. So
Okay.
what do you reckon they are?
I think you played the Gong. I think you played Gentle Giant, and there were
Emerson,
so
Lake
many
and
of
Palmer.
them. Huh?
Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
I doubt it. That's such a god awful record.
I reckon it's gone. It's got to be. I don't think you've played that Griffin for a little while.
Okay, so what are you going for?
Definitely
What's
Gentle Giant. I think you'd have played that.
I agree, Dave.
I reckon you played American Pie.
No.
I reckon he has.
Right. Okay. Shall I?
Yes,
Shall I
please.
show you?
Yes, please.
Right. Okay. So
Bingo.
Gone. Yeah. I played it. I played this one sort of like fairly. Well, I say fairly regularly. I don't think it's many albums that I play on a regular basis. But yeah, that's one.
Interesting.
Santana.
Oh,
Yeah. And I'm kind of revisiting my folk collection.
oh,
Oh.
Yeah. So
Stunting got
few
2 out
times.
of 3.
yeah.
yeah, so that's the 3 that I have listened to, but they're all, I was at school when I bought these. And,
Yes.
Early 70s. So there you go. That's
Spin on it. Some good albums there, of course.
Yeah. It's a pity you didn't play the Alice Cooper. I'm a bit disappointed, but it would have been funny. Would have been funny.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I haven't listened to it for ages. I've listened to some Alice Cooper singles recently. There you are. There's Crumble.
Oh, God.
Weird. Mouthpiece up here. Keys here.
Wow.
For
They look
those
like broken umbrellas.
Yeah.
I think it's they're kind of related to an oboe.
Mm-hmm. There you go. It's over.
Yeah.
Doobie, 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 doobie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like sort of recorders, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big recorders.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go.
Yeah, well done.
For those who wondered what Crumhorn was.
So we've only got Nick left now.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, let me start by saying I like all of these records, except for the last two, which I've never ever played.
I know one that will be in that collection.
These are just. I didn't realise this was going to be a records we hate type affair.
Well,
I think it was meant to be, really, Nick.
We assume.
I forget.
I thought it was just stuff we haven't played for a long, long time. So.
Oh well, don't let me influence this at all.
Well, I haven't played that for a few years. And that's the single that came with the original.
Oh,
Wow.
Very good. Very good.
But I think this is a second. I think this is a second press.
And he's referred to the Crumhorns.
It's still a classic. Compilation. I think Rob Walker sent me this. Not quite sure.
The Vinyl Solution.
It's got the
What's on it?
Buzzcocks on here, Generation X, the Stranglers, the Saints, Stiff Little Fingers, 999, Dead Kennedys, UK Subs, Angelic Upstarts, The Damned, Cockney Rejects. Cracking sort of compilation album. I haven't played this for probably 3 years. It's West German coffee, I think, on Dojo label. This is the only one on Stiff I've got. I haven't played this for a long time either.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Should have a poster with it, but I didn't come with one. I've got this at a record fair in Coventry, actually.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah.
She can't sing for Toffee, but
No, she can't.
I know.
but her wardrobe.
Yes,
selection.
Yeah. You know when they toured the UK that they had a few of their gigs didn't go ahead because
She
when
ran out of gaffer tape.
Oh yeah. When the venues found out they were going to blow up a car on stage, they had second thoughts about it.
Sure. Oh yeah. Well, she usually took a chainsaw to a guitar or two, didn't she, or a TV or something. I love the song "Butcher Baby."
With a chainsaw, wasn't she?
Yeah. But I haven't played that for a long, long time. I'm going to give these a whirl over the weekend, I think.
Yeah.
Still one of the greatest albums to come out of the 80s.
Yeah.
Synth pop.
Fantastic album.
Yeah.
It is. 1981 as well. You don't realise how old it is.
Yeah. I remember bopping away to that like you did at that age.
Yeah. I haven't played this one for probably for 2 years. I think it's one of the greatest albums of all time.
Fantastic album.
Yeah, I got this from HMV in the Bullring at Birmingham.
Right.
It's a bit of a difference from the first two albums.
This is the only one by her I've only ever heard or owned, and I keep meaning to try and get more of her stuff, but I just never get around to it.
Yeah, don't get the first two because it's like listening to Stock Aitken and Waterman.
Is it? Oh, blimey.
Yeah.
See, I always thought Jagged Little Pill was her debut.
No,
Yeah,
that
I
was
do.
the first international album, but she released two in Canada that were very poppy, very Stock Aitken and Waterman, and they're awful.
All right.
Bloody fantastic. Absolutely adore that. That's in my top 10 albums of all time, easily.
All right.
Without a shadow of a doubt. And we mentioned these, I think, last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
We certainly did.
So I pulled it out anyway. I was going to compare it to the Live at Reading one. Because I absolutely adore that Live at Reading album. And I watched a Slade documentary on YouTube in the week when I was at work. So, yeah, I'm just going to have another whirl. I haven't played this for a long while because we mentioned these last week.
Those box, yeah.
Yeah.
1986, crikey. You don't realise, do you? This one I haven't heard for a long time either. If I can bloody well pick it up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that picture.
Yeah.
Me
That's the
too.
Nina Hagen album that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
have
hot.
seen other ones of hers, but I never bother with them. I did like this. This is a demonstration album.
Oh. Oh. Oh, there you go. So it's a promo. Brilliant.
Yeah, funny woman, but I love the picture, love the album.
Yeah.
Is that a US pressing or a UK pressing?
This is German press.
And that stamp, the language is in German for the promo? Is it in German?
I think there's a bit of both on it, if I remember right.
The gold stamp where it says promo.
Oh no, the gold stamps in English.
Huh.
Property
So
of
German?
CBS, demonstration only, not for sale.
Wonder
But
why
it is a German press though, which is weird, isn't it?
yeah.
But yeah, not heard that. This one I haven't played for donkey's years because it's normally kept in a box right at the back of all my other records, right at the bottom of the pile. It's a soundtrack.
It's true, Simon.
The Wanderers.
That was a good movie.
Good
Yeah.
movie and a good soundtrack to it.
Yeah.
As well.
Don't fuck with the Baldies.
Yeah.
That is a great picture.
And yeah, there's one particular song, Wipeout by the Safaris. When that was being played in the film, and there was a chase, wasn't there? I was on the settee with a girlfriend having a fuddle duddle with a what's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, great film, great soundtrack. I don't mind a bit of the old rock and roll every now and again. Not played anything but Palmer International for a long while either. Always worth getting hold of if you see these. They're a fantastic band.
Yeah. You know what, Nick? It's a band that I've been looking for ever since you mentioned them, months and months back. And I've not come across any at all. Well, not at all, as far as I know.
It's you're more likely to find them on Discogs. So yeah, Palmer International, soul and reggae and perhaps a bit of ska and all that as well. Fantastic band. I've seen them live as well. Palmer International. Not played that by the King of Rudeness for a long time either.
Yeah, it's so carry on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Judge Dredd, Bedtime Stories. I haven't played this one for a while. This was VCLT.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You showed that recently.
Yes.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, that should be on over the weekend. It's a band I'd really like to go and see as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was.
I didn't know about them until they supported Amel and the Sniffers.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I think it was Amel. It was anyway. It was a gig in Leeds anyway.
Is Nick showing 20?
Richie, we just let him go.
Yeah.
Let him off the leash.
I was going to pick out Little Richard's greatest hits album, but can't find it. I played that for donkey's years. And Mamas and the Papas, but I don't know where I've put them.
Right.
Ian, I think you need to put up an invite.
Invite?
I've never ever played this, and I never ever will.
Yeah. What are some of the best love songs on that record, Nick? Is Love Will Keep Us Together? Is that on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's their big hit. Love Will Keep Us Together.
Yeah. I mean, this has only got a couple of things going for it. She's perhaps a bit of a goer, and there's a couple of bulldogs on there.
Yeah, the bulldogs are cute.
Yeah. But no, that came one end of a package of records. This came at the other. I've never ever. Oh, Christ knows how long I've had these, and why I've never got rid of them, I don't know. Probably 3 years or so.
Records is packing material, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm bloody well tempted to play this. Both, but deep down, I don't fucking well want to.
Maybe you'll be inspired. Maybe it'll inspire you to make a video.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah. I think we should have a record review of Bernard Manning.
I noticed there's a sticker on there. Where is it? Woolworths, 49 pence.
Wow.
What a bloody insult.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you can imagine what else you could have bought with 49p.
Yeah. And that's it.
Oh, well done, mate.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Yeah, lovely stuff, Nick.
I could have picked out a load of other records as well. You can't play and listen to bloody everything, can you? As much as you want to, you just can't do it.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's why I took it, Nick. Not that it was. I didn't play them because they were crap. I didn't play them because I just haven't played them.
Yeah.
There's hi Richie. Can I just say
An American.
Hi Richie. There was a record that that Helmet had shown a lot. That Herb Albert album with the whipped cream. It was featured on the homepage of Discogs the other day. And it was, is it a lost classic? Some people think so.
I can't. No, the only person that can present that is Helmet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There is. I don't know if he still does videos, but he used to collect copies of that. I think it was it Value Vinyl.
There was a guy in the U.S. that whenever he saw a copy of that, he would buy it. And I
Yeah,
don't know how many.
that might be him. I don't know.
Probably, yeah. Anyway, hi Richie.
Hello. It's been a while.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
How you
you're
guys
always
doing?
welcome. It's always
Sweet.
great to have you up here. So you picked 10 records, have you?
Yes, I did.
Excellent.
Good.
Shall we let you off the leash?
Yes, we'll let our good friend from America.
Unleash the hounds.
Now, the first one I'm going to show is this "Let It Be Naked."
Yeah.
This thing I've never played. It's still I bought it sealed, really cheap. I think "Let It Be" kind of sucks. Is a Beatles album. It for me as a Beatles fan, it was a shame they kind of went out on a turd.
Yes.
And I always wanted to hear this one, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep it sealed, and I'll probably end up selling it.
Yeah.
But so I've never listened to this one, and I never listened to the regular one either. Then I got this one here. It's Pre-Flight. It's the Birds before they were the Birds.
Wow. But
Now,
they use Roger. But Roger McGuinn has got glasses, looking like he's with the Birds, right?
yes, yeah. I think the pictures are when they were the Birds.
I do too.
Yeah. And this was like a budget album. I bought it because as a kid it was really cheap, and I really didn't like it. And I don't think I've heard it since the late '60s. So I might give this one a spin.
Okay.
Now this one here is David Bowie's "Station to Station." Now,
Yeah.
I think Station to Station" is one of my favorite Bowie albums,
Mm-hmm.
but I've only played this version once, and it's a gatefold, and it has bonus material. I think side one is like 30 minutes long, and I only played it once. And when I want to hear this, I just play my regular one. So
Yeah.
I thought I would show that. Now, some people are going to say, what? And I'm going to go with Low. I think Low, and I got Heroes.
Okay.
Some people pick these as their favorites. I think if they would have taken half of the songs are here, half of the songs is here, they would have had an album as good as Station to Station. And it's been a while since I've listened to these, so maybe I should give these another go around. Now, 80s Bowie, I'll probably get rid of this. I've gotten rid of a lot of my 80s stuff. It's not that it's bad. It's just I really have no desire to hear it anymore. I mean, I'm getting on in age, and I don't need to listen to everything,
Guys like our age are not going to listen to China Girl or Let's Dance. I mean, it's just like I got no hunger for it.
Yeah, I agree. It's a goner. And then this one here, it only had a couple. When I bought this, I thought it only had a few good songs. So this one's a goner too. Now, this next artist, I could probably have pulled 6 or so of his. And this is Eno with Ambient 3.
Yeah.
I really loved the first 4 Eno albums. After that, I mean, I guess they're okay, but I'm not going to listen to them. So I pulled the Eno. Now, one of my favorite bands from the early 70s was the Faces.
Yes.
But this album here, I really don't play that often. It's their live album.
Oh, I love that album.
I wish it would rain. I wish it would rain is great on that record. There's a few.
It's a horrible cover as well, isn't it?
It is a horrible cover. It makes no sense.
Yeah, the cover makes no sense. I'll probably give this a spin too because I really love them. But it's even billed Rod Stewart at Faces, so it was towards the end.
The liner notes are really funny on that record.
I'll have to give that a.
Yeah.
I'm going to give some of these a spin, but truly, it's been years since I played any of these. And this one might surprise some people. And this is Spaceman 3, Playing with Fire. I don't know, man. This is just, I like their early stuff. The chaotic and psychedelic and noisy. This one, from what I remember, it was just too nice sounding. So maybe it's too mellow. So maybe I should give it another spin. But I haven't played this since I bought it, and that's my 10.
Very good.
Hey,
Well done.
Well done.
Have you ever thought that they got the covers mixed up on the faces? A Nod is as good as a wink should have been the live album cover because it's got them playing live.
Yeah.
Would have made more sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Look what I've just found.
What's that, Nick?
Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah.
oh, excellent,
Yes.
excellent. Yeah,
Yeah, the one song that me and you want,
what's
mine.
that? Oh, by 118. Right, yeah.
Going left, going right. Bugger.
Well,
It'll be a race now. Which of us gets it first, Mike? And how much are we prepared to pay for it?
rightfully, it'll be mine. Okay.
Like I say, I never knew it was on Stiff till you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Because is Vic there? I think it's on Demon.
That is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Songs for them.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So,
Are you guys familiar with the BC channel Ryan Kidd?
Ryan Kidd, yeah.
Yeah, he lives in Memphis, and he did a video where he showed the first 100 Stiff singles. I mean, this guy has a really good collection.
Wow. That's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. I have to give that a watch.
Yeah, it's pretty good, and he's a cool guy, man. He has a really good personality.
yeah.
Better than mine, that's for sure.
God, we've been going for 2 hours and 26 minutes, folks.
Yes.
Oh, no, time flies, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, that was good.
So, I know you've only been at 10 seconds, Richie, but
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, I was listening to you guys in the car.
Oh no, not you again.
We're gonna have some records that are printed off center now.
He must present. He must present.
Evening, Stumpy.
Nice stuff.
No, I thought it was a fun topic, and I pulled a few records like this.
Okay.
Oh, you have to.
Make him big.
There you go.
How do I? Is it me or you who?
No, you're good. You're large. You're full
You're
screen.
okay. You're
No, no,
full
but
screen.
to mirror me.
No, it's right. I can read it.
Oh,
It's not reversed.
to mirror, you need to do it.
That's
Okay.
I can read that.
I can tell you that I can read that properly.
Yeah.
Well, this is the Benjamin Britten War Requiem. It's probably my favorite music from the UK before the 50s. And there's a great movie, a punk movie about it by Derek Jarman did a version of that with Sean Bean in the late 70s or early 80s. That is absolutely stunning. And
What's
I
the name
haven't
of the
listened.
movie? What's the name of the
Sorry?
movie? Sir? What's the name of the movie?
War
War
Requiem. It's an
Requiem?
adaptation. It's a
Oh.
literal. Yeah. It's basically him putting into pictures the War Requiem by Britain, and it's awesome. And I've watched the movie quite a few times, and I haven't listened to this in at least 10 years. So long overdue.
Yeah.
Here's something weird. So this is Ralph Lundstein, and it's a box set of his nature quintology. It's like 5 LPs, or 5 or 6, 5, yeah. And it's not my favorite of his. I have like something like 15 albums of him.
Yeah.
But I didn't know this box set existed, and I found it so cheap, and it's super rare, and it's quite a fun object. So I got it, but I haven't listened to it in a long time as well. Now, two people I love, absolutely love: John Appleton, the inventor of the thin clavier with Don Cherry on Flying Dutchman label,
Great
the
painting.
label of the guy from Impulse. And I love both of them, but this one, I don't know. I still have to find my way through it, but I still live in hope.
We all do.
Yeah. Now, again, this weird.
Wow, that's beautiful.
This is the Saint Giles Evangel. Basically, it's the Bible being read, put with background music by Pierre Henry, one of the biggest guys in musique concrète. And the object is beautiful. It's cloth bound.
Yeah. Museum
but it's
quality.
A Bible.
Museum
but it
quality.
is a Bible. So,
it's beautiful, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's 4 box sets. I'm good with one because I will never listen to this again. But it's interesting. And now I'm doing a sort of like a Ritchie here. So this is volume 4. I think you showed volume 3.
Yeah.
I found this in the street, and I've never listened to it. I hate
lying on the street, lying on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh,
in Paris. I have an aversion for Brian Eno. He's done some great stuff, but like he rubs me the wrong way. So I stubbornly don't listen to this.
Okay.
I've had this for like 30 years probably. I've still never listened to it. But I will.
Stunty was stubborn.
Yeah, of course. This one I've listened to quite a few times, but it hasn't. It's been a long time. The Wind Harp.
Wow. Literally.
Like, see.
Wow.
It's actually great, huh? But
yeah, it sounds great.
So where's the Wind Harp situated then, Stunty?
Come on, of course it's in California.
Oh yeah, it'd have to, wouldn't it? Yeah.
No, but it's just like this is the kind of record I file with the type of records where I never think of this one there. But yeah, I should. Now this is interesting. This is an acetate of some old unreleased dub version, a VIP mix of a drum and bass track. But it's an acetate, and it's so brittle. Like I know that if I play it, it will start to break down.
Wow.
So I'm waiting for the right occasion to, like the right person to play with this with.
You can play it on your deathbed.
No. The thing is that the guy who did it, I know him, and he doesn't have this anymore. So I'm keeping it for the time he visits me.
It looked pretty thick for an acetate.
Oh no, but well, and
but
it
it's
smells
brittle.
like petroleum, you know.
Yeah, but it's brittle.
No, it's just because acetates, they don't, like if you keep them somewhere where the temperature is quite low, they start to stiffen and to break down. Now this one is a VCLT from Jim, Record Collector News, and I appreciate the gesture, and I like the concept. But when am I gonna have time to listen to this?
Wow.
What is this?
This is
the news show?
Instructions to how to build a bunker.
Brilliant.
And like lots of good advice. But I've read this, and I feel I don't need to listen to the record.
That's absolutely wonderful. I could say that all the time.
Oh yeah. Brilliant.
Where was that pressed at? U.S.
Oh, I'm sure. No, it's U.S. Only the Americans would make a product.
Yeah.
California again, California.
Yes, yeah. In the UK, it was Protect and Survive.
Yeah. Yeah, the Peter Watkins movie, The Bomb. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it
Now
was
this
duck
one-
and cover.
Yeah. Now this one is something that. Okay. So this is a collection of recordings of vintage music boxes.
Oh, can you do it one more time? Pull it out one more time, so I can see. What's happening? I don't understand what's changing.
No, it's just like these old. I love it. It's the only one I have. Actually, no, I have a second one, but I love this design of cover. But
Yeah.
I've listened to it 3 times. Each time, I was very happy with it.
Mm.
But yeah, well, and yeah, I think yeah. This one I don't listen too much because I listen to this one. I actually have a third copy of it just in case.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, yeah.
god.
And finally, this is a book by this Nicolas Schoffer. He's an architect, sculptor, and this book is amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a 7-inch with it of music by Pierre Henry again, who did a religious record. And well, yeah, when you get when the book is looking better than the record, usually that's what happens. I end up spending more time with the book than with the record. If you want to have a record in the book, make it a shitty book, so that
Yeah. Good point.
Voila.
Yeah. Well done.
Well done.
Wow.
Some interesting ones there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, sir.
Definitely.
And that record, that Spaceman Free record, Richie, I think is really, really good. And it is indeed a little more like, it's less garage, but it is very psychedelic. Very, very psychedelic.
Yeah, I'll give it a listen. I'm going to give about half of those a listen. Am I the only one?
I think I'm going to set a challenge, okay? For the usual panelists, out of your records, you've got to listen to at least one of them and report back next week. Homework.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm going to listen to?
What's that? Freddie Mercury.
Yeah,
What a guy.
Next
Yes.
You have to, Nick.
Yes.
You have to.
Yes, Nick, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Freddie Mercury, it got me a little aroused as I was driving down the highway.
I reckon. I reckon next week you're going to come back and say, "Yeah, that's my kind of music."
I mean, to be quite honest, I brought this when it literally came out. I mean, I don't know how much it's worth, but
Come on, you know exactly how much it's worth.
I don't. That's the
No,
thing,
you know.
I don't. Probably 10 pence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. You can tell it hasn't been played much.
No. It doesn't deserve it, though, does it?
Not really, but I will give it a spin this week.
Let me see that cover again. Oh man, that's beautiful.
Oh, that is wonderful. Yeah.
Men with mustaches.
Yeah, this is a bit of a. So I'm going to give that a listen, and I will do a little video of me listening to it. All right.
All right.
Just to
Okay.
prove. I'll do
Looking
a
forward.
little short of me listening to Freddie Mercury. So there we
Maybe
go.
you'll get a Sharpie and give yourself a mustache, Ian, with some black
Yeah.
Sharpie on your lip.
Yeah. All you need is a marker pen, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a little something there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I shall be listening to that while sitting on the toilet.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. My kind of music.
Yeah.
How much oyster pie do you want to eat before you do that?
Oh dear.
Oh, blimey. Oh,
Oh dear. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure though when you described it as like, oh, people into the disco and techno, they love it. I'm not so. I'm not totally sure about that, Ian.
Well, I can't be many people have got an OG of Mr. Back. I am. I just brought it. You know, when you oh Freddie, I'll buy that. Yeah.
Oh. Oh dear.
But I won't get rid of it because it may one day be worth some money.
At least tonight, you know what happened is we got to see a lot of these records that we usually see battered and with tons of ringware in dollar bins. We got to see them in pristine condition.
Well, yeah.
You know when you talking about albums that have ringware and albums that have or pristine condition, I always get a kick when somebody shows Metal Machine music by Lou Reed and they go, yeah, and it's in excellent shape. I go, fuck, they almost all are. Nobody listened to that fucking crap.
Yeah, exactly.
How much do you reckon it's worth, Ian?
What, Mr. Bad Guy? About £5.
Yeah, good luck selling it for £5.
Play it for us now.
What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stream it when I'm done here.
Yeah. Like, I think there's at least 3 or 4 of us that will be perverse enough to buy it before next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be on my next Vinyl Finds video.
No way.
Ian, the influencer.
He is. He's a thought leader.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I paid $4.99 for that.
That's not bad. I mean, you didn't know, right?
From 1145 down to 47 euros. 47 cents.
Yeah, but it's the CD.
Shipping.
That's the CD though, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, but that's the value that it's going all the way down.
Yeah, but it's the CD in
There's
battered
condition.
condition.
Yeah.
It's the
€4.90.
CD, but in good condition, battered condition.
This is in mint condition. This is.
You're not going to get 1,100 quid if you.
Well,
they're giving that away with free with packets of Durex.
And if you were to know, Hot Space. I'm sorry to say this, but Hot Space is better than that. I'm not saying something. Anyway, it's getting late here in the UK, and I'll just say before we go, thank you, Stunty, for coming up and showing up.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure having you here. As same as you, Richie. You're both always welcome whenever you want. Been fabulous. So what? I don't know if you realise we do a little thumbnails. We hold up a record and I'll put it as a thumbnail. So I'm going to show Freddie. Bernard.
3, 2, 1. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for everyone. And I think it's been a super one tonight. We don't normally go on this one, but we've had a lot of fun. We'll see you all next week. And once again, thank you, Richie. Thank you, Stunty.
Yeah, take care.
Your wonderful record.
God bless.
yeah.
God bless.
Cheerio.
Take care, everyone. See you next week.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Cheerio.